test, audio test, Nithyanandam, audio coming, Nithyanandam, audio check, Nithyanandam. You put battery charge.
bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om
Nithyananda. We request every one of you to please be seated. We're going to be beginning in a few moments from now. Please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Please settle down. All of you, please settle down. Kailasa, in Antigua and Barbuda, all of you in the Nithyananda Sabha, please be seated. We welcome everyone else who have joined as well. Kashi female team, Mahatma Prema, Nithyanandam. Let's all now begin with the Sadguru Vandanam. Please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Let's begin with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadguruntam Namami. Please sit straight. Inhale and exhale deeply. மகாவாக்கியம் அப்படியே ப்ளே பண்ணுங்க. Hey, idiots. Hello.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om
With your head, neck and spine in a straight line. If you're all able to hear us and see us clearly, can you all wave your hands, please? Yes, thank you. Now, sit straight and set the intention for the day. Close your eyes. Visualize how you want your entire day to be. See yourself powerful, alive, active, being manifesting the various powers, state, space, and being of Paramashiva. Visualize how your whole day is going to be today. With this intention for the day, we are now going to be beginning by chanting the Shiva Moola mantra 11 times internally. So we will be chanting the Shiva Moola mantra. All of you are only going to internally see the ajapa ajapa. Do not chant it externally. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. 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 Now, please take the Panchapatram and the Uddarni in your hands. Those of you who have the Panchapatram and Uddarni, please take the Panchapatram and Uddarni in your hands. We will be performing the Tattvachamanam, which is the ritualistic cleansing process.
Now, keeping your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra as the Acharya is demonstrating, take an Uddarni of water into your right palm. Sip the water from the base of the right palm along with the mantra Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Take another Udarni of water. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Take another Udarni of water. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Wash your hand with an Udarni of water. Now with the base of the right thumb, wipe your lips twice from the right to the left along with the mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Again wash your hand. With the little finger and thumb joined together, with the tips of the index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Again wash your hand. With the index finger and thumb joined together, touch the right nostril, the left nostril. With the ring finger and the thumb joined together, touch the right eye, the left eye, the right ear and then the left ear. Again wash your hand. With the little finger and thumb joined together, touch the navel center, the right chest, the left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch above the head, the right shoulder, left shoulder, and then the heart center. Again wash your hand.
Now, please place your Panchapatram and Udarni aside. We are now going to be entering into the Sankalpa, which is the conscious resolution. Now, please place your right hand on top of your left, clasp your right on top of the left, and place it on your right thigh. Please place it on the right thigh, not the left, the right side. Yes, right thigh. We are now going to be entering into the Sankalpa, which is the conscious resolution. When you have the conscious resolution in the morning, you will be able to decide how you want your life to manifest, and you can create the reality that you want just through the resolution that you create. So now, sit straight. We will now begin with the Sankalpa.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duridakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Parardhe Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Ashtavimshatitame Nitya Yuge प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्धे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसुनाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे लक्ष्मीवेङ्कटेश्वर ऋतु ऋषभमासे शुक्लपक्षे सप्तम्यां शुभतिथौ सोमवासरयुक्तायां मघानक्षत्र हर्षणयोग वनिजकरण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वराभिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्यज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्र श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयाण गीयमान छत्रचाम श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्रानजीमूत परमत कलभकेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्ऋषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्तृ सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिना अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवद्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत अंची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रचित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ संस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्र साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रुत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परम शिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थम तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थम गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थम क्षेम स्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यानां अभिवृद्ध्यर्थम धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध बल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थम समसम भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परम शिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थम पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परम शिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Please wash your hand with an uddarni of water. Om apa upasprishya.
Now, please make sure the Panchapatram and Uddarni are aside. You can all stand up on your mat. Please come to a standing position. Please come to a standing position. We will be beginning the skeleton dance in a few moments. There is a tech issue in the venue in Antigua and Barbuda which they are fixing. So we will give it a few moments. During this time we are going to stretch ourselves out. So we can start with rotating our neck. Please rotate your neck clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. When you're rotating it, do it slowly, but make sure that you get a full stretch when you're doing it. Now, move your neck to the left and to the right. Whenever you go to one direction, give it a little extra stretch so the other side is completely stretched out. Now bend your head, neck forward and backward slowly. When you go down, you can use your hands to slightly push your neck to the down, and then slowly back on the top. Do it slowly. Good. Now we can start with rotating our hands. Please start rotating your hands. Rotate in the clockwise direction and then rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. Yes, now bend your elbows and start rotating your shoulders clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Good. Now let's rotate our wrist clockwise and the anti-clockwise direction. Let's pull our wrist to the front and wrist to the back. So you're able to stretch it out nicely. And now with one of your hands, push your elbow to the other side. Do it on both the sides and stretch nicely. Now twist to the left and right. Use the momentum and twist to the left and right. Swing yourself nicely. Leave your hands loose and swing. Swing nicely. Give yourself a good swing so you warm up all those muscles. Good. Now rotate your hips clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Now start rotating your knees. Clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, and then you can switch over to your ankles and your foot. Switch the foot, do it the other side. Good. So now you're going to bend down and swing yourself to the bottom. Just go down, bend yourself, try to bend down, try to touch the ground. Just use the gravity and push yourself to the bottom, swinging yourself. to the bottom of the ground. Yes, good. Relax. Now come to a standing position. We are going to be beginning the skeleton dance shortly. So you're going to start off by walking on the front and back of your mat. Start walking towards the front and the back of your mat. When we start the skeleton dance, you're going to visualize yourself as just bones in your inner space, just skeleton, and then you're going to start shaking your hands, legs, neck, body, every joint that you have. You're going to make sure that every single joint that you have is shaken out completely. Please start shaking your hands, your legs. We will now enter into the skeleton dance. Please begin. Come on, shake, 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 shake. Shake your hands, shake your legs. Shake your hands, shake your legs, shake your neck, your hips, your knees, your wrist, your fingers. Every single part of your body, shake it out. Shake out, shake out, shake out. Come on, shake, 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 shake. Last few seconds, keep going faster. Come on, come on, come on, come on, shake, 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 shake. Last few seconds, keep going fast, fast, fast. Last 10 seconds. And stop. Just stop wherever you are. Inhale and exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Visualize the prana coming in all the way from your knees, inhaling all the way from your knees, see your intense energy flowing through your entire body. Your fingertips pulsating with energy. Your toes pulsating with energy. Breathe through your nose. Have your mouth closed, keep your mouth closed, and inhale only through your nose. Now, slowly, you can open your eyes. Please open your eyes and settle down. You can adjust your mat and settle down. Please come to a seated position. Please come to a seated position. Please sit down. So from now, we are going to be entering into the Prathama Vinyasa Krama. Yesterday we saw all the basics. From today, we will be doing the Prathama Vinyasa Krama, followed by the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, followed by the Trithiya Vinyasa Krama. So doing all of these together is called as the Sakala Vinyasa Krama. So first, we are going to be starting with the Prathama Vinyasa Krama. The first asana in the Prathama Vinyasa Krama is called Sukhasana. In Sukhasana, you are going to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Now bring your hands in the Bindu Mudra. You're going to touch your index and thumb finger together. Place your hands on your knees in the Bindu Mudra. Sit straight. Now inhale through both your nostrils. And visualize the prana that is entering into you, awakening the Jatharagni, the fire in your stomach, in the Samana Kumbhaka, and then slowly exhale all the way from your stomach. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing the prana shakti that is entering you, awakening the Jatharagni. Now visualize Paramashiva in your inner space with 25 heads, 75 eyes. Visualize Paramashiva in your inner space. You are now going to be performing the Mahamudra Bandha. So you are now first entering into the Moola Bandha. Tuck your perineum in by entering into the Mahamudra Bandha, the first Bandha, which is the Moola Bandha. Pull your perineum in. Now, once you inhale deeply, you're going to lock the breath inside you in the Jalandhara Bandha, which is bringing your chin to the chest. Lock the breath. Hold as long as possible. And then release the bandha, exhale the air forcefully, and pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha. And relax. We will now be repeating the same. Once again, you're going to inhale, visualizing the breath, awakening the Jatharagni. Next, lock the breath inside you in the Jalandhara Bandha. and slowly release the bandha. Forcefully exhale the air. Pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana bandha. Now continue to visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you continuously perform the Samana Kumbhaka and the Mahamudra bandha with the internal japa Soham.
तत्सुखासनमित्युक्तम् अशक्तस्तत्समाचरेत् आसनं विजितं येन जितं तेन जगत्त्रयम्.
Relax. Next, we are going to be entering into Parvatasana. In Parvatasana, first you are going to bring your legs into the Padmasana position. So with your legs stretched out, please stretch your legs out in front of you. Please stretch your legs out in front of you. Now, bring your right leg and place it on your left thigh. Bring your right leg and place it on your left thigh. Next, you are going to lift your left leg and place it on your right thigh. If you are not able to place your left leg on the right thigh, you can place it under the right knee. This is Ardha Padmasana. So either perform the Padmasana or perform the Ardha Padmasana. Now once you enter into Padmasana, you are now going to bring your palms together in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Now raise your hands up. Raise your hands nice and up. Stretch it out nicely. Stretch your hands out nicely. Keep your elbows straight. And now you're going to engage in the same Samana Kumbhaka and the Mahamudra bandha. We're going to continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhaling, visualizing the prana, awakening the Jataragni in your navel center. Once you inhale, lock the breath inside you in the Jalandhara bandha. And then slowly release the Jalandhara bandha. Exhale forcefully. Pull your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana bandha and relax and repeat. You're going to visualize yourself as Mount Kailash in your inner space with the internal japa Soham.
अथ वक्ष्ये महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलम् यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Slowly bring your hands to the ground. Now let's enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Hali Pavasana. Now you're going to stretch your feet out in front of you. Please stretch your feet out in front of you. Now have a slight bend in your knees. Bend your knees slightly, bringing the heels of your feet together. Bend your knees slightly, bringing your heels together. Your heels are together and your knees are bent. Once you are in this position, now you're going to get your hands together. Lock them behind your back. You're going to clasp your hands, interlock your fingers behind your back and bend down and bend forward, bringing your forehead towards the ground. Get your forehead towards the ground in the gap between your legs. So you're going to get your forehead to the ground in front of your heels. Your hands are interlocked at the back and you bend down. So bend down and hold the position. As you bend down, you're going to exhale. So when you exhale, the bending becomes much easier. So focus on exhalation and hold the position where you feel it is a little hard or where you feel this is the max you can go. Hold the position there. Come on, Kailasa Kashi, bend down. Now, you're going to continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka which is inhale. Visualize the breath going in, awakening the Jataragni in your navel center. And slowly exhale through your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And the internal japa, Soham.
पूरव विधियाहु में जानो उभय पगथली संपुट ठानो पिष्ट पछेदो ऊ कर ल्यावो दक्षिण कर सो बाम गहावो.
Slowly come back. Next, let's enter into the next asana, which is Nagi Pavasana. Let's enter into the next asana, which is going to be Nagi Pavasana. Now, same as the previous asana, you're going to have your heels together, knees having slightly bent. Instead of interlocking your fingers behind your back, you're going to stretch your hands out in front of you. You're going to stretch your hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead to the ground. Stretch your hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead to the ground. And hold in the position. Initially, you can use the momentum to swing yourself to the bottom, pulling yourself to the bottom. And when you feel that you've come to the maximum position you can go down, then you're going to hold in that position. Alternatively, if you have somebody with you who can support you, you can also ask that person to slightly push your back so your back bends further and your forehead comes towards the ground. Hold the position. Please hold the position. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka, which is inhaling, visualizing the prana, awakening the Jataragni in your navel center, and slowly exhale through your nose. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. You're going to visualize yourself as a snake in your inner space, and the internal japa, Soham.
पूर्व विधि परियागाने नीचौ हो भी कहो निफणास्यौ लगाही हाथ आगाने धरती लगावे पसारी दो हाथ की अंजोली करे.
Slowly come up. Okay, raise up. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Kokilasana. In Kokilasana, first you're going to stretch your feet out in front of you. Stretch your feet out in front of you. Now hold on to your toes with both your fingers and slowly you're going to lift them one by one. Stretch it in front of you. Now bend the right leg and place it on your left thigh, entering into Padmasana. Bend the left leg and place it on your right thigh. So you have both your toes which you're holding with your hands. If you're not able to enter into Padmasana, you can still do the Ardha Padmasana also, that is also fine. Now, from this position, you're going to bend forward, bringing your elbows to the ground. Bring your elbows to the ground. Now, visualize yourself as a bird in your inner space. With the internal japa, Soham.
अथान्यदासनं वक्षे येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः अकस्माद्वायुसञ्चारं कोकिलाख्यासनेन च.
Now slowly come up, sit up in a position. Now place one leg towards the bottom, bring your left leg under the right knee, sitting in Ardha Padmasana. Bring your left leg under the right knee in Ardha Padmasana. Now, straighten out your hands in front of you. Stretch your hands out in front of you and hold on to your opposite elbows. You are now going to rotate your hands. Stretch each direction when you're going. Stretch it out fully, making full circles with your hand, performing the Nithyananda. Do it clockwise direction, and then you're going to do the same in the anti-clockwise direction as well. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka, which is inhaling through your nose, visualizing awakening the Jataragni in your navel center. And repeat on the other side. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Soham.
Goda Baba Padiki Ashama Hili Soyam, Dachacharan Ko Varalauta Parigulfa Samoyam, Vamapad Ko Mahilo Bahura Gulfa Jajanam, Tapari Goda Dachiki Ashabarali Dhanam.
Relax. Let's now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Gajasana. Now, come towards the back of your mat. Come on top of your knees. Place your hands in front of you. Place your hands in front of you. Sit on your knees. Now, from this position, you're going to straighten out your knees and push your hip as high as possible towards the sky. Try to keep your knees as straight as possible, but your focus is going to be on getting your heels towards the ground. Focus on getting your heels towards the ground. Bend forward, look backward, look in the gap between your feet. Now, from this position, you're going to go down and come up. You're going to go down and come up in a swinging motion. Please perform the Gajasana. While doing this, you're going to visualize yourself as an elephant in your inner space with the internal japa Soham.
Nyubjam padagre bhumo gritvalambi bhuya mastagagre nidhaya nitambam urdhamunnamaya nabhilaksham bhumo nasika manija hastatala paryantam najet itham punah punah kuryat gajasanam bhavati.
Relax. You can come to a standing position. Next, we are actually going to be entering into Rikshasana, which is going to be a continuation from the Gajasana. So you're going to stand for a few seconds, just shake your hands out, your legs out, relax it for a few moments. Okay. Now we are going to bend down once again back into Gajasana. Place your hands at the bottom. Your feet firmly planted on the ground. Look into the gap between your feet. Look at the gap in between your feet. Now you're going to walk in the same position. So you're going to lift your one heel at a time and then repeat it on the other side. So you're going to walk in the same place. Performing the Rikshasana. You're going to visualize yourself as a bear in your inner space. with the internal japa, Soham.
एकैकं पादमाकुञ्च्य गजासनं कुर्यात् वृक्षासनं भवति.
Relax. Now please come to a standing position. We are now going to be entering into Vaishyasana. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Vaishyasana. Now you're going to stand straight. Yesterday I had shown how to stand. So we're going to focus on standing straight. Make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the ground. And place your hands by the side of your hips. Make sure that your weight is evenly balanced. Now, place your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. From this position, you are now going to bring your fingers together and just bend it forward, placing your hands in front of your heart. This is the Hridaya Mudra. In Anjali Mudra, you have your hands in front of your heart. In Hridaya Mudra, you are then going to bring your fingers together, place it in front of your heart. Your thumbs and your little finger are not touching, just the middle three fingers are touching. Now, bring your feet together and stand as tall as possible on top of your heels. Lift your heels off the ground, get on top of your toes and stand as tall as possible. Lift your feet, stand as tall as possible and hold the position. If you lose balance, once again you're going to stabilize yourself and lift your heels off the ground. Now continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka in your inner space. Inhale, visualizing the prana, awakening the Jataragni in your navel center, and slowly exhale through your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Bring your gaze to one point in the ground in front of you to balance. The internal japa, Soham.
केशेन पादयुगलं बद्ध्वा तिष्ठेदधोमुखः अथ वैश्याः वक्षे यत्कृत्वा सत्यवान् भवेत्.
Relax. You can relax your hands. You can get your heels down and stand. Now we are going to be performing a Karana. So let us now first enter into the base position for performing the Karana. We are going to be performing the Urdhva Janu Karana. So first I request every one of you to get into the Aramandi position where you have your feet together, heels together, and split your toes apart. Heels together, toes opened outward. Now bend your knees. Please bend your knees. Have a slight bend on your knees. Now once you are in this position, bring your hands at the chest level, elbows parallel to the ground. Bring your hands to the chest level with your hands parallel to the ground. From this position, you are now going to rotate one hand at a time. So you're going to lift the right hand and make a clockwise circle again along with the right leg and repeat it on the other side. So left leg and the left hand go around, the right leg and the right hand go around. So you're going to be making round circles while performing the Urdhva Janu Karana, rotating the left leg and the left hand and the right leg and the right hand. Make sure when you come down, your knees continue to be bent. You're not straightening out your knees. So this is the Urdhva Janu Karana. Please perform a few more times. And relax. Come back. to standing position. Now we are going to be entering into Balalingasana. In Balalingasana, as you are in a standing position, we are going to be raising one leg at a time. So from a standing position, you are now going to shift your weight to the left side of your body. So you are going to lift your right leg up towards the sky. Okay, you're going to lift your right leg. So for you to balance yourself, you're going to make sure that your feet, the toes, are completely spread out. Okay, spread your toes out and make sure that they are nicely firmly planted into the ground. Then you're going to slightly move the weight of your body towards the left and lift your right knee. Lift your right knee, interlock your fingers from inside. You're not interlocking this way, you're interlocking from inside. Okay, so interlock your fingers, hold on to your knee and pull your knee as close as possible towards your chest. Pull your knee as close as possible to your chest and balance in this position. Make sure that your toes are pointing towards the ground. Your toes pointing towards the ground, your hands pulling your knee as close as possible to the chest. You're going to visualize yourself caressing a baby in your inner space. And the internal japa, Soham.
Ekam janu urati alingya statavyam balalinganam bhavati.
Relax. You can drop your feet. Now from Balalingasana, we are going to go to the next one, which is going to be the Padapidanasana. So from the Balalingasana, what you are now going to do is from the forward bend position, from Balalingasana, from this position, you are then going to bend your leg at the back and pull it into the Padapidanasana. Hold it with both your hands and pull your feet as close as possible towards your back and hold this position. This is the Padapidanasana. In this position, you're going to try and keep your knees as close as possible together, feet and toes pointing backward. Pull it nicely so you get a full stretch in Padapidanasana. Balance yourself in this position. Look at one point in front of you. Look at one point in front of you. And hold the position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Soham.
Chitvayikasmin padatale karabhyam veshtayetanum prishthe samsthapya yatnena padapidanamasana.
And relax. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Natarajasana. So from Padapidanasana, where you hold your leg at the back, you are now going to stretch the opposite hand in front of you. So in Padapidanasana, we held our foot with both the hands, right? Now from this position, you're going to hold it with one hand, the same leg, the same hand. You're going to stretch the other hand in front of you and then slowly bend down, looking at one point in front of you, bend down and stretching this leg up. Stretch this leg up and hold the position in Natarajasana. So this is the Natarajasana from Padapidanasana that we are performing. Relax, let's do this together. All of you please come into the Padapidanasana position. Please stand with one leg bent. Hold on to your foot. From this position, firmly plant your foot onto the ground. Look at one point in front of you. Stretch your hand, the opposite hand in front of you in the Bindu Mudra, index and thumb together, and bend forward and down, lifting the other leg as high as possible and bend down, knee straight. Visualize Lord Nataraja in your inner space And the internal japa Soham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
And relax. We are now going to be performing the same set of asanas on the other side. So we are going to start with performing the Balalinga asana on the other leg. So if you did it with your right leg, we are going to do the left leg now. So now lift your left leg up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers internally from inside. Hold on to your knee and pull your knee as close as possible towards the chest. And your toes pointing towards the ground. Your toes pointing towards the ground. The other leg firmly planted in the ground. Hold the position. You're going to visualize yourself holding a baby in your inner space. With the internal japa, Soham.
एकं जानु उरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Relax, you can drop your feet. From this position, now you're going to enter into the next asana, which is going to be the Pada Pidanasana. Now, bend your knee towards the back. Hold on to your foot with both your hands. Hold on to your foot with both the hands. Pull the toes as close as possible towards your butt. Bring your knees together. Look straight. Now continue to visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Soham.
चित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत् तनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
And then from Padapidanasana, now we are going to enter into Natarajasana. So the hand that is holding on to the leg, that same hand you will continue to hold. Straighten out the opposite hand in front of you. Bend forward and down, stretching the other leg. Stretching out the other leg. You're going to visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja in this position. Drop. All of you can drop. We'll do this together. Come on, see, all of you, for you to get the balance, you need to look at one point in front of you. Otherwise, you're not going to balance yourself. You can also take the support of a wall. If you have a wall, you can take the support of the wall in front of you by placing your forward reaching hand in front of the wall, taking the support of the wall. But for you to get the balance, you need to focus on one point. If you keep looking around this side and that side, speaking, talking, that is not going to assist you. So what you're going to do is you're going to stretch your hand out, looking at one point in front of you. Okay, so let's once again perform the Natarajasana together. Please bend the left leg towards the back into Pada Pidanasana. Hold on to your left leg with your left hand. With your right hand in front of you, place your right hand in the Bindu Mudra, index and thumb together, and the other three stretched out in front of you. Now bend forward and down, simultaneously lifting the left leg as high as possible towards the sky. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja in your inner space and the internal japa Soham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax. Come back to a standing position. We are now going to be entering into the Ardharechita Karana. We are going to be performing another Karana now. So this is called as the Ardharechita Karana. Now in Ardharechita Karana, first and foremost, you're going to be standing in the Aramandi position, heels together, toes pointing outward. Bring your heels together, your toes pointing outward. Bend your knees slightly. Have a slight bend in your knees. Now, from this position, keep your left hand at the chest level. Keep your left hand at the chest level. Extend the opposite arm in front of you, moving it forward and backward like a pendulum. While you do this, you are now going to bend the leg which is stretched out, in this case your right leg, behind, and continue to do the karana. Now switch directions, bend the other hand and the other leg, and swing your hands in a pendulum motion. Performing the Ardha Rechita Karana. Please make sure that your knees are bent. Come on, keep your knees bent. Your knees are not bent. Keep your knees bent. Now relax. We are now going to be performing the next Karana, which is the Kati Chinna Karana. In Kati Chinna Karana, once again you are going to continue to stand in the Aramandi position, heels together, toes pointing outward. Now raise your hands above your head, cross your hands above your head, and you're going to rotate as you open your hand to each side, coming back to the center, turning towards the left, rotating your hands out, center, turning to the right, stretching your hands out. Continue to perform the Ardha Rechita Karana. Please do it gracefully. Please continue to perform the Ardha Rechita Karana. And relax. Good. Now we are going to be entering into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Tadasana. So once again you're going to stand with your feet together. Bring your feet together. Stand with your feet together. You are now going to stretch out your hand as high as possible. You're not going to touch your hands together. Just stretch out your hands above you as straight as possible. Pulling your shoulders nice and wide in Tadasana. Now raise your heels. Once you balance yourself, raise your heels, stand on top of your toes, stretch your hands out, visualize yourself as a palm tree in your inner space, and the internal japa, Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान् विनोतानं सदा कुर्यात् अंतर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
Relax. From this position, now you're going to bend down and bend forward into the Uttanasana. So as your hands are stretched out, from there you're going to bend forward and down, bringing your forehead as close as possible towards your knee. Now we're going to try and focus on our bending. So there are two kinds of bending. One where you bend from your hip, and the other where you bend from your back. So what you need to do here is you're going to focus and bend from your hip, which means as you are in a standing position, you are going to be bending down from your hip. So your back is continuing to be straight, and then you bend down all the way from your hip and then bend forward and down. Your back is straight. So when you do this, you are able to bend a lot further and a lot more in comparison. Come up. When you bend from your back, when your back is arched and you bend, you will actually not be able to bend so much because your back is arching. But the moment you straighten out your back and then bend from your hip, you will see that you're able to reach out much more towards the ground. So we are going to be performing the Uttanasana. Back straight, bend down, try to get your hands as close as possible towards the ground. If you're able to get your hands to the ground, try to hold on to your feet and pull your forehead towards your knees. Pull your forehead towards the ground, towards your legs. Now hold the position at the bottom. You're going to visualize yourself as Swamiji in your inner space, and the internal japa Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान् विनोतानं सदा कुर्यात् अंतर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
Slowly come back to a standing position. Please come back to a standing position. Now from Uttanasana, we are going to be bending down and jumping our feet back into Tarakshvasana. So from Uttanasana, you're going to jump your feet back into Tarakshvasana. Let's do this together. Come back to the previous position. From a standing position, bend down. Get your knees bent. You can bend your knees also. Place your hands in front of the ground. Now jump back. Jump back into Tarakshvasana. If you're not able to jump, you can also walk your feet back. You can also walk your feet back into Tarakshvasana. Make sure that your body is straight, which means your butt is neither all the way up, you are not in Gajasana like this, nor are you all the way at the bottom where your butt is going down. What you're doing is you're going to get yourself to a middle position. You're going to be performing the Moola Bandha, which is going to engage your core muscles, your stomach muscles. Look at the ground in front of you. You're not looking forward. Look at the ground in front of you. Hands shoulder width apart. Now rotate your neck from the left to right. Rotate your neck to the left and right. Rotate left and right. You're going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space, and the internal japa Shivoham.
गजासनवस्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नयेत् तरक्श्वासनं भवति.
Slowly relax. Now you can come down onto your knees. From this position, we are next going to be entering into Bhujangasana. So lie down on your stomach. Now lie down on your stomach. Please lie down on your stomach. Your toes pointing outward. Okay, your toes are pointing outward. Make sure your toes are pointing outward. And then your hands by the side of your shoulders. Hands by the side of your shoulders. Now you're going to lift your upper body off the ground. Lift your upper body off the ground, but you're going to lift it with the strength of your back. Your hands are by the side of your hips only for support, but the whole lifting is going to be done by your lower back. So your hands continue to be on the ground. Lift your upper body off the ground, visualizing yourself as a cobra in your inner space, and the internal japa Shivoham.
अंगुष्ठनाभिपर्यन्तम् अधोभूमौ विनिन्यसेत् कराभ्यां च धरान् धृत्वा ऊर्ध्वशीर्षफटीवहि देहाग्निर्वर्धते नित्यं सर्वरोगविनाशनं जागर्ति भुजगी देवी भुजंगासनसाधनात्.
And then relax. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Shashasana. In Shashasana, you are going to come back to the Tarakshvasana position. So you're going to lift yourself up into the Tarakshvasana position, and you're going to be performing the Shashasana. So there are two ways of performing this. We will be doing both the different variations in this asana. So once you are in the Tarakshvasana position. The first one, you're going to get your hip all the way up towards the sky. You're going to get your hip all the way up towards your sky. Now you're going to bend one leg and get it all the way to the forward and then get it back. And then you're going to repeat it on the other side. Bend it and get it all the way forward and back. All the way forward and back. So this is the first variation. The second variation is where you enter into Tarakshvasana, where your butt is straight, your body is in a plank position. From here, having your upper body still, you're only going to get your knee towards your chest and take it back, and the other leg towards the knee and take it back. So these are the two different variations that we are going to be doing. First, let's do the Gajasana variation. Bring your hip up. In this variation, you are going to be stretching. You are going to use the momentum and stretch and get your feet back. Let's do this together. Go down and back and down and back, down and back and down and back. Let's do this faster. Let's go faster. Stretching yourself. When you get your feet forward, you're going to exhale. And when you go back, you're going to inhale. Now, we'll do the second variation into Sashasana. Once again, you're going to enter yourself into Tarakshvasana position. Now, you're only going to get your knees towards your chest and back. We will do this slowly. We'll start this off slowly and then we're going to do this faster as well. Okay, you can shake out your hands. Shake your hands out. Get on top of your knees. Shake your hands out in front of you. Place your hands on the ground. Let's get ready. Place your hands on the ground, knees off the ground. Now, get your knee towards the chest and take it back. Start doing it. Slowly increase the speed of you doing it. And then you're going to enter into a running position. Start running in the same position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Shivoham.
गजानन संस्थितो जानुद्वयमापुञ्च वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
And relax. Relax. You can come back on your knees. Sit down on your knees for a few seconds. We just perform the Shashasana. Now, from Shashasana, we are going to be performing the next asana, which is going to be Rathasana. So for Rathasana, as you keep your hands stretched out in front of you, now you're going to be bringing one leg forward and then you're going to jump the other foot backward. So you're going to alternate your feet. Your feet is coming in front of your chest, in between your palms. So you're going to bring your feet and jump and switch the legs. Jump and switch the legs. And jump and switch the legs. All of you, please perform the Rathasana. Please perform the Rathasana. Now, while doing this, visualize yourself as a chariot in your inner space and the internal japa Shivoham.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं पादं पुरोमार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
Relax. Now, slowly come to a standing position. We are now going to be entering into Virabhadrasana. Please come to a standing position. All of you, please stand up on your mat. Now, from this position, you are going to stretch your right leg out. Stretch your right leg out. Your left leg is towards the back. Now, your right leg is pointing forward. Okay, your right leg is pointing forward and your left leg is pointing towards the side. Right leg pointing forward, left leg pointing side. So all of you please come to this position. Right leg forward, left leg pointing back. From this position, now you're going to twist yourself, you're going to turn yourself towards your right leg. So from this position, you're going to turn yourself towards your right leg. Now as you have your right leg in this position, you're going to bend your knee into a 90-degree position. Your knee is 90 degree, it is not going in front of your toes, it's at 90 degree and your hip sits down. So only when you do that, your knee will stay at a 90 degree. So it is a 90 degree bend. From here, you're going to raise your hand all the way up and turn towards the side. So this is Virabhadrasana. Let us do this together. Let's all do this together. Now first and foremost, stretch your right leg in front of you. Left leg towards the back. Right leg pointing forward. Left leg pointing towards the side. Now turn your hips. Turn your hip towards the right leg. Turn your hip towards the right leg. Now bend your knee into a 90-degree position. Sit down on your hips, get your hips towards the ground and raise your hands up above the sky, up towards the sky. Do not touch both your hands shoulder width apart. Hold this position as you visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra in your inner space and the internal japa Shivoham.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्तानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम् उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
And relax. We are now going to be performing the Virabhadrasana on the other side. So come back to a standing position. Now this time you're going to be stretching out the left leg pointing forward. Your left leg pointing forward, right leg pointing towards the side. Left leg forward, right leg towards the side. Now bend your knee, the left knee, getting it into a 90-degree position. Turn towards the left knee. Sit down on your hip, get your hip more down towards the ground and raise your hands above your head. Balance yourself in this position, nice and strong. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra in your inner space and the internal japa Shivoham.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्तानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम् उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax. Come back to a standing position. Your feet together. Feet together. We are now going to be performing Vrikshasana. So you're going to shift the weight of your body towards the left. Bend your right knee and bring your right heel closer to your left perineum. So get it as close as possible. Now balance yourself in this position. Stably balance yourself in this position. Do not move around. Do not shake. Look at one point in front of you. Gaze at a point in front of you and hold the position. From this position, bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra and slowly stretch your hand up above your head. Raise it up above your head and hold the position. Visualize yourself as a tree in your inner space as you perform the Vrikshasana. And the internal japa Shivoham.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च याम्यं पादं निधायतो तिष्ठेत्तु वृक्षवद्भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Now slowly bring your hands towards the side of your hips. Now take the right leg and place it on top of your right thigh. You're going to place it on top of your right thigh. Have a slight bend in your left knee. Sorry, take your right leg and place it on your left thigh. And slightly bend your left knee. Have a slight bend on your left knee. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra and hold this position. This is Garudasana. Have a slight bend in your left knee in Garudasana. Hold the position. Now, you're going to visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in your inner space, and the internal japa Shivoham.
गरुडासनमावक्ष्ये येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद्विनिर्मुक्तो भवतीह महाबली एकपादमुरो बद्ध्वा एकपादेन दण्डवत् जङ्घापादसन्धिदेशे जानुव्यघ्रं व्यवस्थितम्.
Okay, relax. We are now going to be repeating the Vrikshasana and the other set of asanas on the other side of our leg. So if you bend your right leg, now you're going to be bending your left leg. So now firmly stand on top of your right leg, bend your left leg, bringing your heel as close as possible to your perineum. Place it on the internal thigh, inside of the thigh. Balance yourself in this position. Balance yourself in this position. Once you are able to balance, you gaze at one point in front of you. And then bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Gaze at one point in front of you. Now slowly stretch your hands up above your head. Palms together. Stretch your hands up above your head. Visualize yourself as a tree in your inner space. And the internal japa Shivoham.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च याम्यं पादं निधायतु तिष्ठेत्तु वृक्षवद् भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Relax. You can drop your hands. Now take the left leg and place it on your right thigh. Place the left leg on your right thigh. Place your left leg on the right thigh. Now, once you are comfortable and balanced in this position, bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Gaze at one point, continue to balance yourself. Balance yourself, stay in the position. Now visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in your inner space, and the internal japa Shivoham.
गरुडासनमावक्ष्ये येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद्विनिर्मुक्तो भवतीह महाबली.
Relax. You can drop your feet and your hands, shake out your legs. We are going to be entering into the next asana, which is going to be Trikonasana. In Trikonasana, once again, you're going to now step your right foot in front of you and the left pointing outward. So right foot pointing forward, left foot pointing towards the side, just like how we did the Virabhadrasana. Similarly, but now you're going to stretch both your hands out. Please stretch both your hands out. With your hands stretched out, you're going to bend towards the right, placing your right hand all the way towards the ground in front of your right foot. Bring your right hand in front of your right foot left hand up towards the sky and look up towards the sky. If you're not able to get your hand all the way to the ground, that is fine. You can place it as much as possible. Even if you're holding on to your leg, your knee is okay. That is fine. Lift the left hand towards the sky, forming a triangle. You're going to visualize yourself as a triangle in your inner space in the Trikonasana, and the internal japa Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax, come back to a standing position. Now you're going to switch the direction of your feet. Now your left foot is going to be pointing forward, right foot pointing towards the side. Left foot forward, right leg towards the side, right leg pointing towards the side. Now once again, stretch out your hands, raise your hands in front of you towards the side. Now bend towards the left, bringing your left hand in front of your left foot. Straighten out your right hand up towards the sky and look at the sky. Turn and look towards the sky. Balance yourself in this position. As you continue to visualize yourself as a triangle in your inner space and the internal japa Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax. Come back to a standing position. We are now going to be performing another karana. It is going to be the Nikutaka karana. In Nikutaka karana, once again, first you're going to come into the Aramandi position. So heels together, toes pointing outward. Come into an Aramandi position. Heels together, toes pointing outward. Heels together, toes pointing outward. Now bring your hands in front of your heart. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Your right hand on top and the left at the bottom. Now, as you switch the direction of your hands, you're going to stomp your feet towards the ground. So you're going to do this simultaneously. Stomping the ground with your hand. As your hand moves up and down and your feet stomping the ground in the Nikutaka karana. Please continue to perform the Nikutaka karana. Make sure that your knees are continuing to be bent. You don't stretch out your knees fully. Make sure your knees are still bent and you continue to perform the Nikutaka karana and relax. Relax. Now we're going to be entering into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Angushtasana. You're going to sit down on your heels. So toes on the ground, heels lifted. So you're sitting on top of your heels. You're going to balance yourself, knees off the ground. Your balance is only there on your toes. Bring your knees together, heels together, feet together. Bring your hands in front of your heart. The Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Now we are going to be performing the Brahmari Kumbhaka. In the Brahmari Kumbhaka, you're going to inhale, making a high-pitched sound of a B, a male B. And then when you exhale, you're going to make a low-pitched sound of a female B. Please perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka. Inhale, humming and making the sound of a high-pitched male B. And then exhale, humming and making the low-pitched sound of a female B. Continue to balance your position. You're going to bring your gaze to a point in front of you. Look at one point in front of you. Hold the position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And the internal japa, Sada Shivoham.
कबन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च अङ्गुष्ठमुष्टिकं ज्ञेयं ब्रह्मप्रासादितं तथा.
Relax. Now from this position we are going to be entering into Saurasana. In Saurasana, as you are continuing to be seated on your heels, you are now going to stretch your right leg in front of you. Stretch your right leg in front of you. Your palms, your fingers by the side of your hips for the balance. Palms facing forward. Balance yourself in the position in Saurasana. Please sit straight in the position. Hold the position in Saurasana. Balance yourself in Saurasana. Come on, let's do Saurasana together. Let's do it together. Please perform the Saurasana together. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa, Sada Shivoham.
प्रसार्यैकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकं करत्वैकं पादतलं धृत्वा साम्नैव धारयेत्.
And relax. Please relax. You can stretch out your feet in front of you. Now, from the Saurasana, we are going to be entering into Vidhunanasana. So, with the same right leg stretched out in front of you, come back to a seated position in the previous asana, in Saurasana. With the right leg stretched out, you are seated on the left leg. You are now going to bend forward and down. Hold on to your right foot with your right hand and hold on to your left foot with your left hand and balance. If this is difficult, you can place your left knee on the ground. Place your left knee on the ground. Hold on to your right leg and pull yourself towards the ground as much as possible. You're going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa, Sada Shivoham.
कुल्भस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसाद्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण कुल्भं चान्यं धारयेत् तत्करेण अधूनं पीठं चाभ्यसेच्चोभयत्र.
Relax. Relax. Stretch your feet out in front of you. Rotate your ankles. Rotate your ankles. Stretch your feet out in front of you. Rotate your ankles. Just shake it out. Now, let's perform the same on the other side. So now you're going to bend your right leg and stretch your left leg out in front of you. We're going to repeat Saurasana on the other side. Stretch your left leg out in front of you. Sit on top of your right leg. Place your hands by the side of your hips in the Varamudra, palms facing forward. Fingertips on the ground, palms facing forward. Use that to balance yourself. Look at one point in front of you. Continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka while inhaling, making the sound of a high-pitched female B, male B, and then while exhaling, making a low-pitched sound of a male B. Now, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa, Sada Shivoham.
प्रसार्यैकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकं करत्वैकं पादतलं धृत्वा साम्नैव धारयेत्.
and relax. Relax. You can sit down for a few seconds, and then we'll be entering into the next, which is going to be the Vidunanasana. In Vidunanasana, with the leg that is stretched out, which is your left leg, you're going to be holding on to your left leg with your left hand and hold on to your right leg with your right hand, which is bent, and bend forward. So this is Vidunanasana. Now all of you please come into the Saurasana position. From there we are going to move into the Vidunanasana. Stretch your left leg out in front of you, bend your right leg, sit on top of your heel and hold on to your respective feet with your hands. Hold on to your respective feet with your hands. Now bend down, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space with the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
गुल्फस्थितौ पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण गुल्फं चान्यं धारय तत्करेण धूनं पीठं चाभ्यसेचोभयत्र.
Relax, please relax. Stretch your feet out, stretch out your feet, rotate your ankles. Let's now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Brahmajurankushasana. In Brahmajurankushasana, once again you're going to sit on top of both your heels. Get your feet together, heels off the ground. Bring your knees together. Place your palms facing towards the sky on top of your knees. Palms facing the sky. Feet together. Knees together. Now you're going to continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka along with the Jalandhara Bandha, which means you're going to inhale, making the sound, a high-pitched sound of a male B. Lock the breath inside you in the Jalandhara Bandha, bringing your chin to the chest, locking the breath, holding the breath as comfortably as possible inside you, and then release the Jalandhara Bandha, exhale, making the sound of a female B. Continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka along with the Jalandhara Bandha. While doing so, you're going to visualize yourself as Swamiji in your inner space. Please continue.
दो फणा पानी होए वैसे एड़ी दो गुदा निवैसे कोर पगथल्या की माहिली आयस माहेरा शे मिली.
Relax. Let's now enter into the next asana, which is going to be the Kapilasana. So from this position, you're just going to drop your knees onto the ground. Drop your knees onto the ground. Place your hands on top of your knees. You're going to be seated on your heel. We'll show you from the back. You're going to be seated on your heels, toes on the ground. You're seated on your heels. Your knees are on the ground. Place your hands on top of your knees. Let's all perform the Kapilasana. Place your hands on top of your knees. Sit straight. We're going to be performing the Brahmari Kumbhaka along with the Uddiyana Bandha, which means you're going to inhale, making the sound of a male B, which is a high-pitched sound, and then you're going to exhale completely, making the sound of a female B, and then pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha. Let's now perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka along with the Uddiyana Bandha. While doing this, you're going to visualize yourself as Sage Kapila Maharishi in your inner space. And the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
उभय पगथले समटहरावे तिनको माहिले कोर मिलावे फना पानी उकड़ होए वैसे एड़ी दो जोनी निवैसे.
Relax. From this position, you're now going to bring your gaze up towards your third eye. So the same position, continue to be seated on top of your heels, knees on the ground, hands on your knees. Now switch your gaze towards the third eye. Bring your gaze towards the third eye. Continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka. This time we will not be doing the Uddiyana Bandha. We are only doing the Brahmari Kumbhaka. So bring your gaze towards your third eye. Continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka. Inhale, making the sound of a male bee, and then exhale, making the sound of a female bee. While doing this, continue to visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Please perform the Bhadrakorakasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
दो भूपक थले संपुट करे कोरवारिली भूपर इधरे कोरवारिली राखे ऐसे तापरी मूल द्वार टिकी बैसे.
Relax. Now from this position, you are going to slowly lift your knees off the ground, your heels together, feet together, but your knees off the ground, knees nice and wide. Open your feet wide apart. Open your knees wide apart. You're sitting on top of your heels, your toes on the ground, toes together. Now place your hands in the Padma Mudra, the lotus mudra. You have your little finger and the thumb fingers touching each other, forming a lotus flower. Bring it in front of your heart and slowly lift it all the way up towards your sky, towards the roof, and look up. Gaze at the gap in between your hands. Look at one point on the top of the ceiling to balance yourself. You're going to visualize yourself as Lord Surya while performing this. Come on, let's every one of us do it. Once you balance yourself, then slowly raise your hands up. If you lose balance, once again, you're going to come to the seated position, lifting your knees off, and then place your hands in front of your heart in the Padma Mudra and lift it up. Hold the position. In this position, you're going to visualize Lord Surya in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
एडी दो गुदा तरी आने फणा पानी बैठक पुनिठाने गोड़ा जंघ अधर करी रहे आड़े वाम इसी विधि कहे.
Relax. Relax. You can now stretch your feet out in front of you. Rotate your ankles. Please rotate your ankles. Shake your leg out. Shake your knees out. We are coming towards the end of the yoga session. So now we are going to be performing the Shavasana, where you're going to lie down on your back. Have a slight gap between your hands and your legs. Make sure your palms are facing up towards the sky. Palms facing towards the sky. Just relax in Shavasana.
The powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Inhale and exhale deeply. Let your body completely relax.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now, slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Bring your awareness back to your body. Start moving your hands, your toes, your fingers. Slowly bring your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees with your hands and roll towards the left and right. Hug your knees and roll towards the left and right. And slowly come to a seated position. Come to a seated position. Sit straight, sit comfortably, and sit unclutched. Sit unclutched. Just sit unclutched, bringing your awareness to your Ananda Gandha. Slowly bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Let us now conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all. We are now going to be having a quick breakfast break and we'll be gathering back. Thank you all. Nithyanandam.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, this ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through Kailasa results in the legal recognition of Kailasa as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. thus by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of Kailasa, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, Kailasa, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of Kailasa. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world